Welcome, podcast listeners, to your favorite anime podcast, Seasons of the Isakei'd, with your hosts, Ryan and Lizzie. On the show, we obviously talk about anime. If you've never been here, we take the seasonal animes, like right now it's the summer season, and we go through every episode every week, and we talk about them. There are spoilers in these episodes because we go into detail with some of the episodes more than others. There you go. Good enough.
Oh, okay. I was waiting for more,
No,
but
I
cool.
decided not to do more.
That's fine. Um, you
We'll
know what?
eventually find one.
Let's just go with you in the rain. Let's start with it. I know you have things to say. Go for
I
it.
was so confused myself when the Tanuki woke up. I was like, what in the fresh hell happened?
Oh,
I did
when her
not,
brother was
yes,
there.
I did not realize Fuji, the main character from With You in the Rain, had a twin brother.
Well,
Is it Taro?
yeah, we
I did
know
not
she had a
realize that.
brother, but I didn't realize it was a
It was,
twin,
yeah, and they look
identical.
identical, other than he's a dude.
Like they are spot on, identical twins. It would,
The yeah, it's down to the freckle on their face,
yeah, it's kind of
the
scary.
beauty mark. All right, but the name of the episode is, I don't even know the full name, but I know it's something cats and pumpkins.
I think it is just cats and pumpkins.
Yeah. So immediately when I saw that, I was like, okay, this episode was made just for me. Like, you cannot tell me anything else.
And the
And it has
pumpkins,
their,
very, for it to be in the title, very small part of this show, of the episode. It's
yes,
literally
but
cat
it's a black cat.
and pumpkins in very small print.
Yeah. It was okay. So basically, the Tanuki's asleep and wakes up to Taro, Fuji's brother, at their house, confused as hell. I was the same way. I was like, "What happened?" And then Fuji introduced you to Taro, and he builds a furniture set. But Fuji goes shopping, and Taro ends up taking the Tanuki to the park on a walk, which the greatest interaction happened in that park.
The vet comes back. I love the vet. He's my favorite
Yes,
because
he
he's
was.
the brother. Like it's a mixed breed, and he looks down and he recognizes who it is, and he does the stereotypical anime pose, and he goes,
Yep.
"It's a ton," and you were just writing dog, dog, and he goes, "It's a dog,"
And
and
the
I'm
lady
like,
goes,
I
"That much I
knew.
know."
I fucking just love that show so much. It's so him and the cat playfully just being together. His need to be friends with the cat is my favorite. He's
So
trying so hard.
the cat comes in because Taro, her brother, and his wife are letting her cat sit basically. Because
Oh,
I'm assuming at the
she's
same
pregnant.
time that she was pregnant.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm assuming the 3 days she's gonna be in the hospital, or how many days you're in the hospital over where they're at, because I know it's different in every country. They're going to. She's gonna probably be cat sitting while they're at the hospital delivering the baby. Is what
Um,
I assume.
no. So they were having, I believe they were having complications. So they were in and out of the hospital due to that.
Ah,
Because we get the whole scene with her watching the cat, and then there's a slight time skip to where she
yeah,
goes
because she's
over.
heckin' pregnant then.
Yeah, because she says Yuji or Fuji specifically says, "Are you sure it's okay for me to be over during the time?" And she says, "Yes, we're stable now."
I I just figured it was how far along she was. Is what I was thinking, or maybe they thought she was in labor, so I
That
didn't think it was
that
that
could
much of a
also
time skip.
That could also be. But I mean, it
But
does go into fall, and we don't really know what season it was in when the cat went
it was
over there.
fall. Yeah, I was gonna say it was fall in the episode before, so I assumed
But
because she was actively working on the short story she was supposed to be writing for that manga girl.
oh yeah, you're right.
So that's why I assumed. But she goes over to Taro's house and carves pumpkins with his wife. And it's great. They've never done it before. It's the first time they're doing it, and they're looking it up on a tablet. It's hilarious to me. So I'm like, they've never carved a pumpkin before. They're like in their 30s.
Yeah, just
And then
two people acting like children, so excited to carve jack-o'-lanterns.
yeah, that's me every year.
It
I love
it
carving pumpkins.
it's just very sweet.
Yeah, it was really cute. And then they're talking, and Fuji's asking the wife, because I don't remember the wife's name. Yoko? It's Yoko. I feel like it's Yoko. But
I don't remember.
yeah. But she's asking if she's scared, and then obviously Fuji goes, "It's scary, but exciting." So I feel like Fuji wants kids, but she doesn't have anybody. So that's why she treats the Tanuki so nice.
I'm gonna hold myself back.
What?
Nope, I'm not gonna say what I was going to say. I'm just gonna step it back a little bit in my brain.
Good job.
Um,
Behave, Ryan. Behave.
but yeah, still
So
one of my
that's
favorite shows
basically
this
it.
season.
Yeah,
Still love
best
it.
episode so far, just because it's Halloween and cats, and the
Yeah,
cat's a little black cat, and it's adorable, and I don't know its name, and I need to know its name.
but with that being said, before we both forget this episode,
Yes.
we have to talk about Lord of Mysteries because it was tame. It was
Yeah,
a
it
lot
was. I noticed
slower. It was
that.
a lot slower paced and easier to digest. I feel like this one I could have watched yesterday or the day before and still been fine because it would not breakneck speed. Just throw in every piece of information at me at one time.
Yeah. Because that's why I didn't watch it until 30 minutes before.
Yeah, same here. I wanted it to be fresh so I wouldn't forget, and it was a good episode. It was very very subtle. We get
I love,
good
I
little
love
old
the,
Neil
yeah.
and have I don't know how to pronounce his name properly.
Who?
Javier? Javier?
Harver? I thought it was Harvey, just spelled with an E.
Well, it's also spelled
Uh,
Havre.
Oh, I thought it was spelled Har. I read the subtitles wrong. I'm dyslexic. Leave me alone.
No, it looked like Havre, but I know that's not his name. I know they pronounce it very differently. I think it's have. I'm just gonna call him Have because
That's fine.
I'm not gonna butcher the poor man's name. But we get them in the bar. That is.
I feel like it
Oh,
was
hey Ben.
really early for them to be in. Ah, Ben.
Well, they're old.
It's really early for them to be in the bar.
Who
Just
cares?
yeah, that's exactly. They barely been awake.
It's 5 o'clock
Out to
somewhere.
bed. Okay. You don't even drink. You can't say that.
I know, but for them, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Also, with what they deal with, I don't think it's ever too early for them to
Yeah, it's
drink.
never too early to drink.
Except old
Yeah.
Neil. He don't do much. He just sits in his library and reads books. I love old Neil.
Yeah, me too.
Crazy
Kinda.
old man.
I'm questioning it a little bit after the end of this episode.
Well, let's get to talk about the episode a little bit before we go to the end here. Um, but yeah, we get them drinking, having a good time. Old Neil just being a little prankster, having every drink put on good old Officer Hav's tab.
That was my
And
favorite part. That's me in a bar. I never pay for drinks.
okay.
What? Sorry. I don't go to
Uh,
bars anyways. That's the point.
I know you don't.
Go to a bar like once, and I didn't have to pay for my drinks. But anyways,
But back to what we were talking about before we get derailed.
I'm not. It
Um,
was valid.
we see them having fun, and then it cuts to Leonard,
My
beautiful man
man
he
right there.
is,
Oh, fucking God, smash.
calling old Neil down to the office because Captain Dunn wants to speak with him on some business. Because apparently, good old Mr. Azik and Klein have been having some little secret conversations. I
They did. It wasn't secret. They did it while fishing in public.
I
You
know,
missed that whole part.
but nobody in the Nighthawks knows that they're
Oh
talking.
yeah.
It's more what I was referring to. Also, I love that Mr. Azik is still a big part of the show. I was really
Yes.
worried he was going to be one episode and tossed out, but I actually really enjoy him being in it full because him and good old Klein have a little plan that I still don't know much about
Which,
because
I
I'm
don't
pretty
know
sure it was
what they.
part of the previous episode and I just glossed over it. But
I don't know. What
he
they did was great.
he had Mr. Zeke use his powers to control the spirits of the dead to cause some chaos down at the
Oh,
docks.
yep.
And old Neil is the main one sent to the docks, and Klein steps in and goes, I'm pretty sure you could use some divination to expel those bodies, and kind of smooth talks his way in to going on this mission, and somehow convinces Dunn to let him take the Sun Medallion again. And Leonard is very impressed and goes, You just wanted to be on a mission with me, didn't you? And I absolutely love him. Um, but he's very full of himself. He's very cocky. And then the best part of the episode happens because they perform a fake exorcism.
And it's
It's
great.
great.
So they go down to the docks, and there's this building that's been quote unquote haunted by these spirits. But of course, it was Mr. Ezek's doing. And they start possessing the onlookers. And
Turning them
there's
into
a ballerina
a
and a
dog.
dog. That's the only two I remember because they were my favorite. Because
That,
the dude just sits there and he starts barking and licking and hassling, and then you got the random ballerina coming from outside into the building.
yeah, I think it's the only two that they actively show do anything.
I
But
just
then
thought that was hilarious.
but you also see one of the spirits specifically over by Klein just kind of drop down and the tie just falls over the spirit's face in a very goofy fashion. And Klein's like, "Oh, don't give us away." And then he runs scared, quote unquote. And he tells the wraith, who I thought was going to go completely haywire and try to murder. But he didn't. He just expelled, they took the spirits away. It was very nice. And then Klein and old Neil did a goofy ass little dance.
Yes, that was hilarious. I would have loved to see um the other
Leonard
guy,
do it.
Leonard, do it
Yeah,
because it would have been
I was hoping he
hilarious.
was going to join in, but of course the two people that do divinations would be the ones to do the final acts of exorcism. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
but he was the one that was like saying we're the real deal.
Yeah,
So
he had to make sure the public was calm and didn't
I don't know. The
overreact.
way the way they were talking about him as they were walking up, who's these people? That man looks like somebody who would only be in the arms of a
The
noble
noble,
woman.
yes, and I
I was
mean
like, or
he
mine,
he do. He's way too pretty.
But then we find out the plan. that Zeke and what Klein had in mind was wanted to figure out how to use
How to
the
harness
blood,
the blood of the sun.
which is why he needed to go down to the docks. I think that's why they made that plan.
Well, and I think he was just trying to figure out a way that he could get the medallion back in his hands. And of
Yeah, that's what I'm
course,
saying.
it was Zeke's power that brought the Wraith to life in the first place. So it was in his head made the most sense. Could have gone
Exactly.
horrifically wrong if Zeke had any sort of mal intent.
Intention.
Good God, it could have gone horribly wrong.
Yeah, but it would
But
have been hilarious.
he he trusted Zeke, and Zeke did right by him. He just had some fun with it.
Yeah, but then it shows them they're okay. We're gonna do the same thing. Everybody's gonna take a shift, and Klein got really excited. He took the first shift. Obviously, he wants to recreate the Sun Medallion. So he's working on
He
performing
wants to
a
make charms to protect
yeah
himself.
yeah. So he's working on a ritual for that. When all of
Oh,
a sudden,
he
what?
succeeds.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, in the middle of working on the ritual for that, you
Oh,
see it cutting to Leonard, and I'm assuming it was Mr. Old Neil playing cards. I don't really know
no,
who it was.
it was Leonard and I want to say it was Gate. What's
Okay.
his
Well,
name?
they're and the sun starts changing, and they're like, "Oh, this weather's kind of weird."
And then the waves start to change really intensely because there is a beholder in the water.
Beyonder,
Beyonder. I don't know why I said beholder. Thinking Dungeons and
Beholder's
Dragons.
eye, yeah, his eyeball thing.
Down in the water, who is creating waves, creating water tornadoes, and casually murders some man who's just trying to get back to shore in a little boat. And then it crashes through the captain's quarters of the boat that they're all hanging out on. And it looks awesome. I love the way the creature looks. And then we get our boy being a badass once
Yeah,
more.
I love seeing how he fights. It's so fucking cool.
It's so beautifully animated too. God damn.
One
But
of
yeah,
my favorite animations.
we
Like,
see Leonard just kind of run through and punch him really hard. Not much to
mhm,
say about it. He just punches him, but it's really cool. Um, then we get a small action sequence between Leonard Klein and this Beyonder going at it, and old Neil just out on the docks trying to keep the peace, getting everybody away from the disaster. And that's when we get a little bit of story behind who this is that lost control. Because the Beyonders start to get a very specific gaze at Old Neil. And I really thought he was going to try to kill Old Neil, but he doesn't attack him.
yep,
I was very surprised.
and then Klein is just somehow I missed that part. He's swinging on a chain.
So they tried to chain down the Beyonder, and
Yeah, that's what I thought.
it breaks the chains with overwhelming power. That it kind of breaks the chains on the boat that's keeping the boat anchored down, and in doing so, Klein falls, and his foot gets wrapped up in the rope that's for the sail.
Okay, so it's like my favorite thing because he's like it's a giant swing, but Leonard's kind of in a bad position with this.
Yeah, he's losing which is not
He's
something we
losing.
see very often.
No, and this Beyonder's just dropping at a crazy high speed from a crazy high height, and all of a sudden, Klein comes in and fucking kicks the motherfucker or something. It was
He's
hilarious and knocks him down.
he's stuck on the rope, swinging around the pole, and his foot they collide just at the perfect time. And
It was
I think Leonard kind of was trying to get him in position to do it because Leonard goes,
just funny to me.
I didn't think that would actually work. And yeah, so him and Klein collide. Um, Klein's raging foot collides with this Beyonder and completely takes it out pretty much, which is hilarious to me because fucking Leonard's over here just trying to kick his ass and losing, and Klein just accidentally hits it. But
He drops to the ground. The Beyonder does, and
we
a
see old Neil.
flask, and a flask falls off of him, and it turns out the
This
Beyonder.
go on.
Go ahead. No, you good.
Yeah, it turns out this specific Beyonder was good old Officer Have, who had lost control. And we see old Neil's last friend go wild and kind of breaks poor old Neil.
Yeah, and it confused me a little bit because I'm right there with them. How the hell did he become that crazed so fast when he was literally talking to them about his mission of following the girl looking for her fiance?
So I believe we'll find out in the next episode or two, but I have two
Oh,
theories on it. I believe either the investigation led him somewhere that was kind of made him lose it, or it was Klein attempting his divination that he was doing
that's what I thought
because
because of
of
how Klein reacted.
yeah, and because of everything else that was happening, the sun glistening very strongly encouraged that Klein was the cause of it,
Yeah,
which
but
it's very possible.
yeah, but then it goes after he's down and Leonard wraps him in his vines. Leonard's about to put
Put him away for
Hab
good.
down. Yeah. And old Neil steps up and says,
I'm gonna do
"Let
it.
me do it. Let me do it." And he's hurt. Something happened to his hand. I missed that part too. I just noticed his hand was hurt.
It's when when the pole was falling and he jumped in front of it to save the guy. A
Oh,
piece of the
that's right.
wood
Okay.
cut his hand.
But then at the end of the episode, this is the part
This is what confused me because I
confused
didn't
me
understand it.
slash makes me think that maybe old Neil isn't as good as he is. Because it shows Klein at his house and old Neil's playing the piano.
Oh, hold on. Can we pause for just a moment?
Yeah.
The fucking song old Neil is playing is beautiful as hell.
Fucking
I
great.
loved it.
I love a piano version of any fucking song. I don't know what if it's supposed to be like a cover to something, but it had me fucking captivated. I was like, finish playing the song. I don't care about Klein talking. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Let me listen to the piano.
song was beautiful.
But I'm gonna say this: a lot of the songs on a lot of these episodes were fucking fantastic. I will say that. But and Klein is walking around. He sees a picture of his wife,
Old Neil's
and
wife.
then Neil's wife. Yeah, that's what I meant. And this is what confuses me because I thought it was like a choker collar thing because it has the lock, but it's
a
a
bracelet.
bracelet.
Yeah.
But he's keeping it. I don't know if it's like just as memorial, but Klein kind of takes to that in the pictures because it flashes to it a couple times, and I'm like, well, what the hell?
Yeah,
And then it flashes to a bunch of other stuff. There's a book.
So
I only remember the book.
I believe that everybody in that picture, he has a memorabilia of everybody that was in his group. And
Okay.
I believe his wife was a Nighthawk that
Well, she was
lost
Lady
control.
Celeste. That's what I was gonna say. I know. I think they're all Beyonders who lost control.
Yeah, and he keeps a
That
something
or
something of them to remember them by.
so because the flask is up there.
Yes.
But
But
my thing with it is though when when Klein was Mr. Fool talking about the secret orders in the fog with the Hangman and Justice, they're talking about one specific one, and he specifically mentions Old Neil, like in his thoughts.
yes.
So I'm wondering if Old Neil could possibly be a bad guy.
Well, he mentions Old Neil because Old Neil is a prior, is of the prior sequence
Okay.
line. But the only reason he mentions Old Neil. But I did have the same thought that Old Neil was a part of this group before they became evil and he joined the Nighthawks.
Yeah, that.
It's very possible. I also think we're gonna see Old Neil lose control in
Yeah, I
one
was
of the
thinking
next
that too.
upcoming episodes.
I was thinking that too. He's gonna become
He's
wild as well.
yep. And I'm very excited
So
to see what he turns into if he does.
me too. I'm curious because it has something to do with where they're at. I feel like because Hav lives near the docks and he turned into a water creature.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool that they do the connecting of the dots there. But that's pretty much that episode.
Yeah. Very beautiful. Beautifully
And it
animated.
left me. I would
Love.
say it left me confused as fuck. But
Yeah, the ending kind of quickly panned through a little bit of information in a very quick substance, but 90% of the episode was really easy to follow. Made me happy.
yep, yeah. This time, next week will be even twice as crazier.
I know. Because next week we get the clown. We finally get
Yep,
him going for the sequence 8 potion. I'm excited to
yep.
see what all he can uncover.
Me too. So, which one do you want to talk about next?
Let's jump into good old Don Da Don. A
Don to
show
Don.
a show we haven't really liked the most of, but I love this episode. It was it was funny. It had me smiling. I only remember very small bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, so the last episode ended. I got you. I remember the whole thing. The last episode ended with soy sauce getting dropped on Gigi and he becoming evil eye and flipping the table. Well,
He didn't flip the table. He fucking destroyed half the house. Goddamn.
yeah, well, yeah. So they stop him, and then they're sitting there talking, and um, Ari, I think that's her name, wants to leave because she's like, I can't do this because they're talking about when the Exorcist was going to happen, and they were waiting on their group of people to come and entertain. And this is what I mean by the soundtracks for these episodes this week were on point because
So
I would be sitting there doing the same thing. These people show up. You got one that looks like Weird Al. You got one that wants to be David Bowie. And the other two, I don't know what to tell you, but they show up in the middle of
everybody
everything
talking.
happening,
Yeah.
everybody talking, and
And
sexy grandma sends them away, and then they come back and explain who they are.
they don't show up in the fashion you would expect them to show up.
So
They show up
very,
very loud and flamboyant and
yeah,
just
this is their side gig, and they want to keep it quiet.
yeah. So they show up and they're a rock band.
Yes,
Like
fantastic, love it.
full-heartedly like 80s and 90s. Imagine
David Bowie,
Kiss. Yeah, Kiss, David
David Bowie,
Bowie. Um
because that one lead guy is 100% David Bowie, and the other dude that doesn't talk is Weird Al. Can't change my mind. He's a chunky, curly haired dude. He looks just like Weird Al.
but they can't see spirits. They just uh,
The set is
they
what
can
helped.
they can turn their amps up so loud that it can break through to the spirit world, dimension,
Yep.
whatever they call it. And you hear them start to play, and oh my god, I'm waiting for this song to come on Spotify because I'm immediately adding it to my playlist.
Yes. So Arya's like, I don't want to listen to this, and Momo and Okarun are like, yeah, I'm down for this. This is cool. This isn't anything I was expecting. So they start playing, and you see Momo and Okarun start headbanging.
It's
Sexy Grandma's
very,
got
very slowly start to headbang.
yeah,
It's great.
and and Sexy Grandma's got Gigi on the altar with the fire going, and she's in her ritual robes to exorcise Evil Eye, and
And
all of a sudden it goes from just like a slow start to there's a laser show, there's a whole ass crowd
of spirits.
of spirits. It's fucking crazy.
And
And
hold on, can we talk about it? It cuts to grandma who is just headbanging like
yeah,
no other.
I was getting there. Because then all of a sudden it speeds up and you see Arya lift her hands off her ear and they start headbanging and they're cheering. And then all of a sudden you see Sexy Grandma fucking headbanging. And Gigi, it's getting to Gigi. It's getting to Evil Eye. And Gigi is trying to, like, obviously exorcisms, you know, the back breaking, neck turning, all that shit. It's showing that. So Grandma has Momo try to hold
Him down.
him down.
And
And yeah,
she,
go ahead.
Evil Eye's, I guess, like aura kind of breaks into her heart, and she sees the past of what Evil Eye went through as a child. And then we get Gigi kind of plea for them to stop because he made Evil Eye a promise that he would play with him because he was just a lonely child who didn't have friends.
Yep.
And Grandma
So
says, okay.
stops. Just abruptly.
Yeah, abruptly
Uh,
stops and says, this is what Gigi wants. And
yep.
you see him very happy that they are letting him stay. And we get, I think, the first time we've heard Okarun say that they're friends because
Yep,
he
because
says
that's
he'll get
when they're
stronger.
talking about wanting to leave. He wants to get stronger, and Momo wants to get stronger to help. And then it cuts to Gigi practicing being rooted to the ground and unlocking his chi. And then this is my favorite part
Hold on,
when they
it
fix.
also is this before the rain?
No, it's after. That's what I was about to say.
So
But
after the whole exorcism thing happens, it starts to rain, and Grandma's quick to be like, "It's raining," but not quick enough before Evil Eye pops in again and just destroyed the house once fucking more.
so they send Momo and Okarun to go get boxes to put the house back together.
Yeah, it's just a tattered house covered in cardboard,
Yeah, but
cardboard
then
and
you see them.
tarps.
They're all sleeping, which is my favorite part. But Gigi gets up to go to the bathroom, and Okarun gets up and stands outside the door. And you see him, and they're walking through the hallway, and they're stepping over these big ass cracks that Evil Eye made in the house. It's hilarious. But he's standing out there because he's helping Gigi
Remember to
make sure he
use
to use hot water, not cold
and
water.
you see Momo open the door and just give a
She's
thumbs up.
and fucking Arya's in the back snoring like a damn fucking freight train. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that scene was great.
Yep. But then the next morning they go to school. Gigi waves them off. And
And
Momo decides in school she wants to get a job. So her
because
friends,
she wants to
because what?
fix the house.
Yeah, she wants to fix the house. So her friends help her get a job at a restaurant. And then all of a sudden, they decide they're gonna kidnap Okarun and go get tea. This is my favorite fucking part.
Literally kidnap him. He is
They
being as much dead weight as he
much,
possibly can, and they are
and they're
dragging poor Okaroon across the city
and making
against
him
his will.
sit. It's fucking hilarious. And then they show up, And it is
And
a maid cafe.
yep, it's
And
a
guess
good
who
old
works
fashioned maid
there?
cafe.
Momo works there. And the fucking server that's training Momo, the first words out of her mouth when they get in there is "Welcome home, master." And it's hilarious. The embarrassment was great. Those friends knew exactly what they were doing.
Oh yeah, I
That
do.
it was.
I do like that the friends are becoming more a part of the group
Yep.
because every time we see them on screen, it's funny.
Oh yeah, it was hilarious. It was my favorite part of the. It was my favorite part.
But yeah, Don didn't have a whole lot of action to it, but
It was hilarious.
it was one of my favorite episodes. I think my favorite episode this season by
Yep.
far.
Oh
Uh
yeah.
except the first time we see Evil Eye with one of my favorite scenes, but this episode in general was my favorite. Which is shocking because in season 1 I didn't really care for
Gigi.
the side stuff.
Yeah.
But in this season,
Poor Gigi.
this episode really, I mean, to be fair, the fucking song instantly
Yeah.
sold me. I was like, this episode is
Yeah.
fucking great.
Yeah. So I had watched Gotchi before I watched Don to Don. So I was already like hyped because the music in Gotchi this week.
Well, let's go into Gachi then.
Okay. So it opens up with them partying. The Richie boy, I don't remember his name, is getting up, and they're all drinking and eating, doing Rudo's welcome party. And needless to say, Rudo's upset because of his powers not working
Hey, he's just kind of
and
slumped in a corner,
bringing down the vibe.
and Rio just having a time. It was her idea to throw the party, to be fair,
Yeah.
and she's
And
enjoying herself.
yeah, she is. And then she's talking to Rudo's trainer. I cannot remember his name. I really need to pay attention to his name. And telling him about the trash beast they fought in the last episode, and explaining what was going on with that. And the dude that punches really hard walks over and sits with Rudo and was like, "Why are you sitting over here? I figured I should give you a proper introduction this time." And of course, Rudo's upset about his powers crapping out on him. And
His name is Zonka.
Zonka, okay, I couldn't remember. But so they're having a conversation. He's like, he's talking about the Goggle Kid, which is hilarious, and how Rudo saved him from being trampled, which is true. He did.
Yeah, good old Rolo.
And yeah, Rolo, that's his name.
Yeah,
And
or that's the kid he saves. That's the goggles.
yeah,
Goggle name is Rolo.
yeah, I knew that. I knew who you were saying was Rolo, but so sorry, I was stopping Bear from scratching at the door.
He's basically just trying to cheer him up, give him a nice little pep talk, just trying to be friendly with him.
Yeah.
And you see Engine slump over, just messing with Rudo. And Rudo gets this sudden little burst of inspiration because he sees the four of them kind of standing there waiting for Rudo to join the party.
Yeah. He felt like he had a family again because he was
Yes.
about to cry.
Yeah. And it was a cute little moment for Rudo because he's kind of had a rough little life, and from
Yeah,
what we've
and
seen, it's
then
not been fun.
no. Well, and then after the welcome party, they summoned a group of the cleaners and supports to come. The receptionist did, which still fucking love her. I need to get her name too. She's great. And apparently, a merchant's item was stolen by a trash beast, but the merchant's item was a spirite, quote unquote.
And Rudo is very excited to potentially meet this new spherite because he wants to ask questions. So him and Zonka and the support cast go to the location they are
And the
sent
trainer.
to.
Is that the
That
trainer's
yeah,
name or is
that
that the
the trainer is Zonka.
Okay. Okay, I thought you were talking about the punchy dude.
No, no, Zonka is the one training him.
Okay.
Um, they go down, and this creepy ass lady pulls Rudo back, and it's like, are you guys the ones here to help me? And points him in the direction of an old abandoned building.
Yep, it
Which,
says that the trash beast went in there.
I'm sorry, if anybody did that, I'd be like, no, you're lying
She
to
just
me. I'm
appeared
sorry.
out of nowhere.
Yeah, she really does.
So
And they step in, and they see what looks to be a human sitting in a chair, but it's a doll because it was all a
yeah.
trap, and the
Yep,
floor
the
turns
floor.
to mud and then disappears
Yep. And then we meet a new group down
down below.
yonder, and they're called the Raiders. And it turns out the woman was not an actual woman, it was a mud creature thing that somebody in the Raiders created.
Yep. So one of the raiders has a vital instrument that is it's a spade, correct?
It's a yeah, like a shovel.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, I think it is
Like,
considered a spade.
yeah, it's like a gardening shovel.
Yeah, but her vital instrument allows her to create creatures from mud. And her
Yep.
partner, who doesn't have a vital instrument, it's like her support, just kind of uses the mud to covert himself into getting
Hide
sneak
and punch.
attacks. And we kind of see Zonka, who appeared at one point to be a badass, kind of slowly start to get his ass kicked. But then he reveals
But
that
it
he was
turns
doing it
out
on
it's doing it on
purpose.
purpose. Yep.
The good old anime trope. I could see through you the whole time.
Yep.
And then we see his vital instruments. I would call it like his second ability, kind of like what Engine showed in the second episode, where he
Yeah.
can use his vital instrument to sense. I don't know if it's movement or like body heat or what.
It's like vibrations.
Yeah,
Cause when he hits the stick on the ground, it starts vibrating. So he can hear the vibration bounce off the mud and know it's different from the person that the
yeah,
mud's
it's
covering.
and then we see him start to kick ass from there.
Yep. And they were after Rudo. I don't think we mentioned that. I think we glossed over
Oh,
that.
yeah, the spherite that was captured was Rudo. They were just trying to lure him in because it ends with our suspicious person from the ending of the last episode about to kick the ass of Zonka, I'm sure. Kill him, capture him, something. And I have a feeling Rudo didn't run away like he was supposed to. I have a
Yeah,
sneaking
no, he
sneaking
definitely
suspicion that
he
Rudo is going
definitely
to come
stayed.
back and fight, which has me excited. I'm excited to see him and his buddy um, try to help Zonka. That's what I'm hoping in the next episode. Or we see Engine.
Come
We
in.
see we see Zonka get captured, and then we get to see Engine go all out.
Yeah, that would be cool too. But there's music playing in it, and it's a good fucking song. Like it's
Have
something I would listen to on a daily basis.
Have you listened to Gachi's opening song?
Yeah, like one of the first episodes, I think. That's what drew me into it. That's what's like, I'm gonna give it a chance because it's got a good
It is
opener.
it is it is full metal. It's a badass opening song. I
It won't
love it.
need a metal cover by Jonathan Young. Is that his name?
Yeah.
He covered your idol from K-pop
Yeah,
Demon Hunter.
I know. I know we did.
So did our last night.
But
But yeah, it was a great episode. I enjoyed this episode. I miss Engine though. We didn't see him a lot. He's my favorite.
what else? I know one of the shows we have, but what the one I'm missing? What show?
Cleavitess.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Damn,
Cleavitess was a good episode this year, this season, this episode too.
I forgot all about fucking Cleavitess.
Yep, it was a good episode.
Yeah,
Like
it
learned so
was
much.
yeah, it was I remember what happened, but I just completely forgot that that was one of the shows we talked about. And I don't know why, because
Because we normally start with Cleavitess.
I enjoyed the ending of this episode more than anything.
Yes, but I also enjoyed the part where Clint leaves.
But I don't want to go too much in detail about this one because we got a lot to talk about in the next episode for the next show.
Yeah.
So this one's going to be a quick summary of Cleavitess. So we get a very heartfelt talk between Glenn and Alicia
And
about her
Nellaroo
being a
making
hero.
coffee.
Yeah,
My favorite part.
and Nellaroo just being a doll making coffee for him. And then we see Glenn turn into Cleavitess because he's about to go wreck shit. And I'm
And I can't wait.
so fucking excited to see that.
It made me so excited to see that. It was the first one I started with was Cleavitess.
But
But
they go to a local village to kind of hide out for a bit while Cleavitess is, doing his thing. And the whole village is kind of up in arms because bandits have been coming through the town ever since good old Alicia kind of took out the camp nearby. And we get a little interaction with the people of the town kind of fearing outsiders. Um, and just some quirky little comments here and there. Nothing too major. But we get to see the High Wizard from the Bolet army come through.
before you go into that, can we talk about the fact they go to an inn and both the innkeeper's sons are trying to hit on Nellaroo and they can't
Oh,
even hold their stuff,
yeah.
but Nellaroo was doing it with no problems.
I mean, she's also undead, so she
Yeah, but
has
I just
infinite
thought,
strength.
are you flirting with her? I was gonna do that.
Yeah, they're
Sorry, I
good
had to
little
point it out. I
characters.
know we're doing a little quick thing, but that was hilarious to me.
But yeah,
And then Luna
that's why
gets
it
his
said
first tooth.
quirky comments.
Luna got his first tooth.
Yep, he
He growing
is
up.
at
That's an important part.
a rapid rate, might
Yeah.
I add.
No, he's about 8 months to me. 7, 8 months. It's normal for baby teeth.
Okay.
Salem was cutting teeth at 3 months. Salem's an overachiever.
But we finally see the like I said, the High Wizard of the Bolet army who controls insects.
Yes.
And I love this. I love this scene because everybody's kind of in the inn because it's a bar at the bottom, in the upper floors. And that's kind of where everybody in the town goes to just drink for the night. And all of a sudden, this gigantic centipede comes crashing through the fucking window. And of course, Alicia leaves her sword up in the room because she's not expecting anything to happen. And it kind of ends with him introducing himself and, you know, showing off his bug army. But not before you meet another wizard who I don't remember her name or what she
The
does.
which are you talking about? The pink-haired one with the gem in the middle of her head?
Yes. Yeah,
So
the
you meet
one.
her after the centipede breaks into the end because she's upstairs and
Yeah.
she controls iron because she has Nellaroo pinned by the iron beds that were given to these carpenters by the king,
Yes.
and then she's got nails floating around.
Yeah. So
And
she's got Nellaroo pinned to the wall because they're coming to steal poor Luna, coming to kidnap
yeah,
Luna. But that's where it ends. Is you meeting those two.
yep.
I'm
And I
excited
love I
excited for the next episode.
still think that wizard is not just a wizard. I think it is a dark beast. He is a dark beast. His eyes.
Yeah, his eyes don't look like anyone else's.
Yeah. So
But I
unless that's just
guess
the power he has.
it could be, but I think we'll find out next episode.
Yeah.
Because
Because he
next episode it's
controls
either
a insect that grew up that was raised around dark beasts. So
yeah. But the whole Bolide army has a few dark beasts under their control. So 'cause they're riding on dark beasts. But I guess yeah, we'll find out next episode, I'm sure.
oh yeah.
I'm excited to see more of him because he's really fucking badass in
Oh
my
yeah.
opinion.
He's my favorite so far.
But we have one last show to talk about. And boy, oh boy, am I fucking excited. It is To Be Hero X. No one should be
Oh yeah.
surprised. I talk about the show at the end every time because I fucking love it. But this episode, holy shit, do things happen that I was not anticipating in the slightest. I don't want to go into like full episodic breakdown of this one. I just kind of want to cover the highlights
Okay.
because if you haven't started watching this show after listening to us talk about it for the past 5 weeks or so, what are you doing? Just go fucking watch the show. It
Yes. Do yourself a favor. It left me flabbergasted. I was befuddled. I was watching it on the way home from work. And Travis was like, "Well, which one's this?" And I was like, "It's To Be Hero X." And I was just like, "Oh my fucking god, I'm so confused. What the hell is this person doing here? What the fuck's going on?"
so
So,
quick little rundown. It it starts with little Johnny and his little hallucination of seeing his dad die, and then we get a quick little flashback of Ghostblade meeting with Rock, who was apparently sent to kill little Johnny because
I see. That's what confused me. That's one of the first things that confused me. Was it Little Johnny or Big Johnny he was supposed to kill?
he was supposed to kill little Johnny because little Johnny was the survivor of Shang and he wanted that whole bloodline gone because of how strong they can be.
Okay.
Um, from kind of what I got of what Rock was saying, but anyways, it kind of cuts to flashes back to that, and then it cuts to them going to the spacecraft, and of course, poor Lolly gets left behind because her dad's like, "No, you're not coming along." Um, Noah gets a tracker so that Lolly can sense when she's in danger and come help her because they have a cute little love relationship going on. I really enjoy those two. Um, and then we get little Johnny, who's just kind of following Big Johnny, like he does, down into a hole because, of course, this is Big Johnny's home. This is where he came from. So he kind of knows the inner workings of how this spacecraft is designed.
He's sensing something too.
Yes. Well, we'll get there because I think I know what he's sensing.
Me too.
But they fall into a hole, and of course, Ghostblade goes to save him.
Quote
Um,
unquote.
but he's taking this at the perfect time to attack to kill him. And every time he attempts to do it, Big Johnny's like, "Oh, this," and opens some passageway into what I believe is like the hibernation pod, the hibernation chamber where they all lived. And I think the cracked one was his pod that he awoke in when Shang found him.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he would led back to was his home,
His
basically.
home.
But we get a little surprise appearance because
A couple.
you get the sense that Ghostblade is about to kill little Johnny. But all of a sudden, Esol breaks out of some rocks that I guess he was hiding in.
I think is the Rock's Big Johnny moved with the making the pathway down to the hibernation chamber.
It could be,
That's what he broke through.
but we see Ghostblade push little Johnny out of the way and start a fight with Esol. And damn if this fight isn't so good
Yep.
because we see Ghostblade kind of struggling a little bit because
Kinda.
he struggled a lot. Ghostblade kind of kicks his ass. But little Johnny's throwing him weapons for him to use.
Because little Johnny
And
didn't know why he was down there. He thought he was there to get him out the hole.
yeah, he just thought he was there to help him. He didn't know he was gonna be assassinated. But they're kind of working together to fight Esol. All while Nua and Lolly Dad are in a completely different part of the spacecraft when Nua's tracker starts to beep and Lolly Dad realizes it's some distress signal to sense when she's in danger. And they stumble upon what I assume to be a door with some marking on it that her dad notices.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing it's some evil corporation, just based on her dad's expression that he makes. But the door opens. And who do we see, Liz?
Nice.
Yeah, we see Nice on the other side of the door, who just casually want to know where the rest of their group is because he is going to kill them after he kills Lolly Dad and Nua. And he raises his hand to them, and then out from fucking nowhere, Lolly comes in and just blocks the punch like a fucking champ and
It
goes,
says you punch like a bitch.
"Yeah, that punch wasn't very strong." And it kind of ends there.
It makes me so excited for next week's episode.
But
I'm glad because you were just saying that they needed to take away the Esau stuff and the nice arc, and then they bring them back, and I'm like, they can't take it away.
this confirms a few things. one, the Isol we see in the Isol arc is the young Isol that wins.
Yeah.
It is Rock's grandson who wins the duel with old Isol.
Yep.
We never knew who it was until you see Isol and Rock talking in the car
Yeah.
and you hear the voice and you're like, oh my god, they actually wrapped up that mystery of who it was that won. Fucking so happy they did that.
Yeah. But now I'm curious if this is the original Nice or if it's the new Nice and why
Um,
he would be there after seeing Moon get murdered. Like why he would be there working with Esau.
so with the series of events, Nice's like the first few episodes of Nice is the most recent, and this is further back in time.
Okay, that's what I was
So
wondering.
it would be the original Nice that jumped off the building in the first episode
Okay.
because this is yes, yeah, it would be that Nice, not
That's what I thought.
not new
Because
Nice.
that's why I was like, and now I'm wondering if maybe we're gonna wrap up why Esau killed Moon.
No, no, we're not because we're too far back in time.
Well, well, hold on. Let me finish what I was saying. Okay. Because maybe Nice does something here and he doesn't realize he's a new Nice
It could
and
be.
he's trying to get his revenge. That's what I'm starting to think,
Ooh,
and maybe we'll see that wrapped up.
I'm wondering if we're gonna see Moon because also I'm gonna say this. Little Johnny was only supposed to have 2 episodes. This is now episode 3 of
I'm
Little
glad
Johnny.
because I love little Johnny.
Um,
But we also have not seen Big Johnny change where Queen and Lucky see him change. So it's gonna come in
yeah,
this
it's gonna come into a 4th
the next.
episode of
Yep.
of the Little Johnny arc, which I'm not gonna be upset about.
Yeah, no,
But
he's my favorite.
I am super excited to see the Queen and Cyan jump into the fight because I have a suspicion we're gonna get Moon also come into the fight to help Nice fight against, Queen. It's gonna be Ghostblade, Little Johnny, Lolly, Queen, and Cyan against Isol, Nice, and Moon. I have a feeling, and
Yeah.
and potentially more. We don't know. Oh, and Big Johnny. Can't forget about fucking Big Johnny.
Yeah, can't forget about my boy.
But
But see, that's what I'm wondering. Maybe something Moon does or Nice does in the next couple of episodes that causes Esol to hold a grudge, or Rock hired Esol to do it because he's
well,
pretty common to hire people to take care of
uh,
other heroes,
yeah.
and Moon is kind of a loose end.
I was trying to see. Oh, here it is. Here's the episode schedule. So, Little Johnny was supposed to get 3 episodes. So that is correct.
He better not die in this next episode.
Well, that was his last one. The next one that will be coming out is actually question mark. So it's the big fight, but I think from here we will be introduced to Dragon Boy because we only have 3 more characters left to meet before it's over.
Yeah, the fedora hat dog.
Yeah, Ahu, and then we've got old X. So
Yep.
there is only 5 more episodes of this show left, and I am so sad about that.
Oh yeah. But it's been great
Yeah,
so
it's
far,
it's been
honestly.
fucking fantastic.
I'm ready to meet X.
I am too. I'm so excited for him to make his appearance.
Yep.
But yeah, the next episode in the episode list is just question marks, and it doesn't have a hero associated to it. So I assume it's the big fight that we kind of started in this episode,
Okay.
and then from there it'll go to Dragon Boy, Ahu, and X.
Yep. Okay, that makes sense.
But I'm curious if we kind of get a little bit of Dragon Boy in this next episode, or if he's specifically going to be just clean off starting his own episode.
Yeah. Because they normally don't do that. They normally do where they introduce them at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Or introduce them. We got introduced to little Johnny during Cyan's arc. Same with Queen. We got introduced to her during Cyan's arc too. So we got introduced to them a few episodes before they were actually brought in as characters.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how they do the rest of the show, because I thought it was leading up to the tournament, but we're still going back in time. So I'm assuming there's going to be a season 2 or a movie of.
Oh, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna be sad when this show is over. We have just
Yeah.
about a month left of it, and I'm already sad because then I won't get to talk about it anymore.
So find something else to obsess over.
It's gonna be hard because this show literally has been one of my most excited parts of the week, is to sit down and watch Hero X.
Yeah.
Absolutely love this show. Luckily, we still have Lord of
Cool.
Mysteries ongoing.
Say, cool, it's not the podcast. It's crazy work.
I said to watch.
And I was joking.
Also,
I said it was basically the highlight of your week.
I'm sorry. This show is amazing. I can't help it. But luckily, around the time that the show is ending, we will have the Demon Slayer movie coming out. So
yeah, I know. I forgot what weekend it was,
it's
and
the 12th of
it's
September.
the 12th. Yeah, and I had asked for the 14th off because my sister convinced me to go to a concert, so I forgot it was coming out the 12th. Thought it was later.
Well, you can just go see it on the 14th.
Yeah, I know. I gotta do that.
And then we can talk about
When
it the
Travis
next day.
gets off, and then we can talk about it the next day. Yep. Once
Um,
Travis gets off, I'm making him go with me.
but yeah,
Yeah, I got it when I got on Crunchyroll earlier. It was like, reminder, tickets went on sale for Demon Slayer.
yeah, I
Oh
know.
shit! I didn't get my email.
I got a notification from Crunchyroll the other day that was watch Demon Slayer on Crunchyroll, and it was like the thing of the movie, and I was like, there's no way that the movie's on Crunchyroll because it's been
Yeah,
in
because I
theaters
thought
in
the same
Japan.
thing when I first saw it.
And I was like, shit, I'm gonna go watch it right now. And then it was just a trailer, and I was like, you motherfuckers.
I knew what they were doing.
Yeah, they got me all excited. I got mad.
Exactly what they were doing.
But guys, that's going to wrap up this episode of the podcast. As always, thanks for listening. We appreciate you guys. Like I said, we currently don't have any way to upload to Spotify because our podcast hosting site kind of ran out on us. We thought it was free. It wasn't. We just didn't read the fine print. Our mistake.
Yeah.
But we still upload to YouTube every Thursday. Sometimes not at noon like I planned. Sometimes a little bit later. I apologize. I get sidetracked and forget.
And I'm at work, so I can't remind them.
But we will still be uploading there. I'm hoping soon, with some of the shows we're watching slowly starting to come to more of an end, we can start to do more games and different activities during these podcasts. So it's not just anime talk for an hour, it's a little bit of other things too. But yeah, if you're listening on YouTube or watching on YouTube, so to speak, and you want to join us here on the live stream, we do stream every Monday. Times are subjective to change. We're trying to keep it consistent at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, but due to my schedule at work, sometimes it's unfortunately not till a little bit later in the evening, or it's sometimes earlier in the day. So you could just drop us a follow and see when we go live, and hopefully you'll be able to join. But we appreciate you guys, and we will see y'all next week.